So Google just released its own vibe coding AI tool called Opal. And is this the beginning of the end for tools like Lovable, Replit, etc.? Well, in this quick video, I just wanted to show you what Opal is, how you can access it, and I'm also going to show you some real-world examples related to marketing and content creation. So be sure to stick around for the full video. And if this happens to be your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and I help business owners and content creators leverage AI to scale content, save time, and ultimately make more money online. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools, prompts, templates, and more, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. So first of all, what is Google Opal? Well, Google Opal is a new experimental AI tool that can be found inside Google Labs. You can access it for free, and this essentially allows you to create what are called powerful AI mini apps, as Google explains it here, that chain together prompts, models, and tools. So you can think of this as a free alternative right now to Replit, Lovable, and all these other vibe coding tools that exist. Now, let me say this first before I get blown up in the comments. This tool is still in experimental mode. It's not as sophisticated as some of these other vibe coding tools that exist, but the fact that Google is behind this, who knows what this could eventually become. And in order to access Google Opal, you can find this inside Google Labs. I will leave a link to everything that I mentioned in the video description below, including this blog post here. I'll include the official website. Now, you do have to sign up using a free Google account, and I believe that this is only available to users within the United States as of this video recording. I'm sure Google will roll this out to other countries as time goes on. And if you're unfamiliar with Google Labs, just labs.google. This is essentially where Google has all their different AI projects that they're working on, from Google Flow, where you can use VO3 inside there to generate AI videos. This is actually where Notebook LM is still housed, I believe. Google's AI mode, yep, there's Notebook LM right there. Learn About is a big one, AI overviews, and so many other tools. And I would just recommend checking this out if you want to stay up to date on what Google's working on behind the scenes in terms of AI projects. So I'll leave a link to that in the video description below as well. So now let's explore Google Opal. And one quick thing I forgot to mention is that it seems that Google is catering towards that non-technical audience with Opal. If you go to Google AI Studio, there's already been an option within the build here on the left menu where you can build apps with Gemini. This is nothing new here, but for those who use tools like Canva or Figma, just off the top of my head, that's who I think that crowd is that Google is trying to cater towards with a tool like Opal. So on the main page of Opal, you have a few options to get started. You can create a new mini app from scratch up here, or you can explore Google's gallery down here where they have all these different pre-built templates that you can just plug and play with and remix. They have an option that says remix right here. So I was playing around with Video Marketer earlier before I recorded this video. I was actually super impressed with that one. Social Media Post is another relevant one. Blog Post Writer, Business Profiler. That's more in my realm of content creation and marketing, but they have other use cases here as well. Fashion Stylist, generated playlists, book recommendations. So I'd recommend playing around with some of these templates first before you just go off and start to build something from scratch. So let's actually start to do that. So let's say I want to use this Video Marketer template. I'm going to go ahead and click this where you'll see remix, and then this should start remixing it on the bottom. All right, so in a few seconds, I now have a mini app where I can create AI video ads with my product and target audience. And so you can't see it. Let me minimize this screen so you can follow along better. I apologize for my camera getting in the way. You'll see here under Video Marketing Remix, and by the way, you can rename this, rename the description. You go ahead and click Start. So I'm going to click Start. Now it's asking me to enter the name of the product. So in this instance, I'm going to do something very basic. I'm just going to do, let's do running shoes. And then click Next. Now it's going to describe the target audience. Let's do runners in their 20s. I'm just making something up off the top of my head, and I'm going to click Enter. And now it's going to research the product, and it's going to come up with an AI generated video ad just in a few seconds. So I'm going to skip ahead and wait till this is complete. All right, so in about a minute or two, Google Opal generated this AI video ad. They generated the video using VO. They generated this post here with the copy and everything. Now, you can enlarge it from the main UI, but you can download it. So I downloaded it. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you so you can see what it generated on that first try.
Whoa, this is amazing.
Now, obviously, that's not perfect, right? And you'd probably want to throw in your brand name, you'd want to throw in your brand colors and whatnot. But in terms of realism, I mean, that sounded extremely realistic. It looked extremely realistic. So I think we're on to a good start here. But that's just a really simple example, taking a pre-built template from Google's gallery. But now let's actually generate something for ourselves. So I'm back on the home screen of Opal, and all you need to do to create your own mini AI app from scratch is click Create New right here. And in a matter of seconds, this will direct you to a blank workspace. Now, what I like about this is they make it very user-friendly. Add a step to get started with an arrow pointing up top to this menu, or type what you want to build. I'm going to X out of that message, and this is where we're going to enter our own prompt to build a mini app. Or if you want to click demo video, they have a really insightful 2-minute demo video. I'll leave that in the video description below as well. But for the purposes of this example, what I'm going to create here is a YouTube thumbnail generator, and I will leave this prompt in the video description below. So basically what I'm going to do is say the following. Can you create a high quality YouTube thumbnail generator based off of my YouTube videos? I'll provide a video URL, and I want you to read the transcript and create a clean, modern thumbnail that will drive clicks, and a few other details down here. So I'm going to click enter, and then I'm going to skip ahead and wait till this is created. All right, so in about 30 seconds, I now have my own mini app for generating YouTube thumbnails with AI. First thing I'd recommend you do is rename this right here. So I'm going to do YT thumbnail generator. I'm not sure if this automatically updates on top. Yes, it does. So now that's named. Now, what I like about this, and you can leave this description as is, I wouldn't worry about that. What I really like about this interface, it reminds me a lot of no-code automation platforms, specifically Zapier, N8N, Make.com, even Gumloop a little bit, just the way that this interface looks. And you'll see here, there are each step, or if you click into the step or a module, however you want to explain that. I have one for YouTube URL where I give it the YouTube video URL. Generate the thumbnail prompt, generate the thumbnail image, display thumbnail on web page. One thing I would recommend you do before just kind of going through it and providing a video URL, maybe I'd look over these prompts here, these inputs. And one thing to note is you can actually change the different Gemini or Google AI models with this little drop down right here. So with the generate thumbnail prompt, maybe I want Gemini 2.5 Pro. So I'm going to select that. For generate thumbnail image, I'm using Gemini 2.0 Flash. Well, maybe I want Imagen 4 for more of a higher quality image. I'm going to start with this first, and then I'll run another example with Imagen 4, and we can compare those outputs. And then I would just leave this one as is. So now what you want to do is you want to click preview, and we can start working through this. So I'm going to click start. Now it's going to ask me for a YouTube video URL. So I'm going to go over to my channel and just find one of my random videos. Let's do this Blaze AI review. So what I'm going to do is actually click into the video. This is an important step that I realize after testing this, and you need this YouTube URL up top that has the /watch with this video ID. I don't want the time equals 2 seconds. So I'm going to copy this URL, come back to Google Opal. I'm going to click this button right here, this plus icon, click add YouTube video, and I'm going to paste that right here and then click insert. Now my YouTube video is correctly inserted in that chat. And then I'm going to click enter, and I'm going to skip ahead and wait till this output is complete. All right, so in about 30 to 60 seconds, here's that new thumbnail that was generated within Google Opal. And I went ahead and downloaded this to my desktop so I could see it. I'm not a huge fan of this, so what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to go back to this module here where it says generate thumbnail image. I'm going to change this to Imagen 4. I'm going to rerun this, and let's see what we get this time. All right, so here's that second thumbnail that Imagen 4 generated. And while the image is more visually appealing, there's more elements here, I definitely would not publish this on my YouTube channel. So when it comes to YouTube thumbnails, maybe I'm just not having the correct inputs or prompts to build this mini app. I would probably still default to ChatGPT's 4.0 image generation model. You could probably use that in an automation to some extent. So I don't know if I would rely on something like this for YouTube thumbnails. But anyways, let's look at another example. All right, so I started another blank workspace, and in this example, what I'm going to do is create what I call an AI trend spotter. I'm basically using this to come up with YouTube video ideas in my niche. Can you find 5 to 10 high potential YouTube video ideas for my channel by checking Google Trends and YouTube right now? So basically, I need to provide the niche and target audience, and it's going to break everything down. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and let's skip ahead until this is complete. All right, so here's that new workflow. And one thing to note about Google Opal that's really unique in my opinion is, let's say I want to add more steps here on the left or more inputs in this workflow. Well, I could come down to suggest and edit and maybe say something like, maybe I want to add more evergreen style content or more new style content, and then it will update that workflow in a matter of seconds. That's a really unique feature. Another thing to note about the model, so if I click into this module, I actually change this to Gemini 2.5 Pro. This is more of a research-based task. I just want the Pro model versus the Flash model for this. But for generate video ideas, I'm going to leave this on 2.5 Flash. You can also come in here and actually edit these inputs if it makes sense to do so. Now, let's actually run through this. So I'm going to click preview. Let's click start. And then it's going to ask me to describe my YouTube channel's niche. And I'm just going to say an AI channel focused on marketing and content creation. Now, if I were to actually use this for a more real world application, I'd want to be more specific there. I'm going to go ahead and click enter. Who is my target audience? I'm going to say business owners, content creators, and marketers. So I'm going to click enter, and then I'm going to skip ahead and wait till this output is complete. All right, so here are some content ideas after it went through this workflow and actually researched both YouTube and Google Trends. So it says autonomous AI marketing agents, provides a title, provides a hook, a thumbnail concept, primary keywords and tags. Then it adds, let's see, source links, Google Trends, example video 1. So I like how it includes these source links here, but I'm not sure I'm able to click off. Yeah, so that might be a little bug that they have there. AI-powered first-party data strategy, and then several other YouTube video ideas. So that's a very simple use case as well, using it for like an AI trend spotter. So now I'm going to quickly go through of, let's say you wanted to actually tweak what this workflow does. Well, I didn't even mention this. So on the top here, there's user input, generate, output, and add assets. If you click user input, this is what these yellow boxes are. You can add any input here that you want. Now to delete it, you can't right click, which is frustrating. You just have to hit the delete button on your keyboard. If we click generate, this is going to do what that blue box does, right? So generate video ideas, suggest video ideas, or maybe you want to actually generate an image or generate a video with VO or audio with audio LM, right? This is where you would actually generate media. I'm going to click delete. And if we click output, this is the type of output. So here it says generate video ideas report on a web page with auto layout. If I wanted to change this to a manual layout, save it to Google Docs, save to Google Slides or Google Sheets, that is just the output style that you can format this in. So I'm going to go ahead and click delete again. The last point I'm going to make on Google Opal here, though, is that it obviously only integrates with Google's products. That's the biggest difference right now, in my opinion, with no-code automation platforms like Make.com, Zapier, N8N, Gumloop, etc., is that I have several other integrations here that I can use with third parties with tools like HeyGen, YouTube. Oh, you can use YouTube, obviously, it's a Google product, and Opal, but Claude or an HTTP module, right? Or any of those other third-party integrations here that you can use in a no-code automation tool versus what you can do inside Google Opal, as it's only catered towards Google products. Maybe that will change over time, but unless Google opens up integrations with things outside of the Google ecosystem, I'm not sure I really see this taking off unless people are solely using Google products. This is definitely a decent platform for that. So that's my quick video on Google Opal, and I know I barely scratched the surface, so I'd recommend clicking the links in the video description below, and you guys can try this platform out yourself. And if you've made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you. If you found value or you learned something new, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, also leave me a comment below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Google's Opal AI tool. And most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.